Okay, our draft started. We've got Skylasher, but I think our first pick's probably the Jellin Sphinx. It's a really strong card. So the strongest cards in the pack are Wolf Rider, Armored Wolf Rider, Robo Mako,
Chilling.
Jellin Sphinx, Skylasher, Blaze Commando. Even though Jellin Sphinx is two colors, I think it's worthy of a first pick. Really strong card. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's worth it. Strong uncommon.
I'd really like to go into flyers.
Okay, second pick. Got past an Armed and Dangerous and a Gruul War Chant. I think we're probably just taking the Armed and Dangerous. It's not on color with the Jellin Sphinx, but Armed and Dangerous is one of my favorite cards you can snag.
Yeah, either one of those modes are fine too.
Gruul War Chant's very good too, but I'd rather have the Armed and Dangerous. This really just wins games.
If we
on its
were
own.
to go into blue or red, white, and blue, though, armed is still really good for air.
I agree. Can make that work. All right, third pick. Best cards in the pack are
Drinker,
Battering Krasis, Crawl Warrior, Bronzebeak Moa is okay, Tide Drinker, Rakdos Drake, or Guildgate. So we could do Guildgate, and that opens us up for perhaps a Bant deck or Naya. Battering Krasis, Crawl Warrior, I'm not opposed to for like the Armed and Dangerous or just Bant. What do you like more, the Crawl Warrior or the Battering Krasis?
I guess if
Crawl
we're
Warrior
getting
'cause it's cheaper,
past the green signal, I'd rather have the battering Krasis because we can go into blue, green, white. We can do Bant. But I mean, Crawl Warrior is very good.
They're both good. I'm just looking at the Guildgate too, but let's take the Krasis. I'm okay with that.
Beautiful mage.
Wow,
Far
Tide
and
Drinker.
Away? How is it Far and Away here?
Far and Away's in here. Fourth pick, Far and Away. It's interesting. Beautiful Mage is very good. Then that way we could go into Bant. I'm not opposed to that. Another Tide Drinker. Looks like passing the Orzhov signal. Maybe White's going to be getting cut off then. I'm not opposed to
So
Far
we
and
can do
Away
Rug.
for more of like an Esper thing, but then kind of negates these two picks.
And we already passed a Tide Drinker. That would have pushed us more into Esper.
Good point. All right, well let's take the Beetle Mage then, because he's a really strong card.
Yeah.
I mean, you could also just take Far and Away for the Far, which isn't horrible.
Yeah.
Um,
And even the potential to splash the black for Far and Away.
Yeah, I don't know. That's tough.
It is really tough. Could just try 5
I
color.
think I'm going to take the Beetle form.
Of course. Haunter. Right after Far and Away and Tide Drinker.
Jeez. And a Beetle form Mage, too.
Well, we have to take the Mage.
We could just, yep, I think we can just take the Mage again, but then we're passing Dimir Signal, so then that means maybe Bug is going to get cut. And a third Tide Drinker? Jesus.
Wow.
At this point, why didn't we just jump into something else? Well, what colors do we think are getting cut then?
Well, clearly black is not.
So it looks like green and red are getting cut.
Yeah.
So maybe we should be getting out of green now if we're getting past all this.
Okay.
Which
Well,
one do we want then? The Haunter
I'd
to
rather
stay
have
in the blue?
The Haunter, yeah.
So let's work towards the blue. Let's do Bug maybe instead of Esper.
Okay.
Let's take the Haunter. Let's just take the best cards.
Rot Farm,
Get a few more picks.
Ubelstar. Those are probably... No, Mace Behemoth too.
We can go Bug or we can go Esper if we can make either of those work.
Kind of like the Rot Farm here. Works with Krasis.
Could also take Maze BMS, but I guess I'm okay with Rot Farm. Maybe we go black, blue, green, Bug. Yeah, could go Bug.
It actually works pretty well with
Bug is good
Dangerous,
too.
too.
I don't have a problem with Bug.
This is our first pack? No, not yet.
I guess we could take the Hired Torturer here.
Oh,
He's
we
okay.
best bet. Maze Abomination.
Maze Abomination, Thrashing Moss Dog's
Oh,
very
yeah.
good. I think we want that. That's a late Moss Dog too, which is very strange.
Yeah. Maze Glider?
Maze Glider is very good. It's also Cerulean Gatekeeper, but we don't have any gates right now. Let's take the Glider. I like him quite a bit. Clear a Path. Golgari
Cluestone.
Cluestone. I guess we could take the Cluestone.
Hmm.
We need some fixing. Nothing else really in that pack. Guess we take the hidden strings here.
Okay.
So, really weird signaling. We did that pack. I think we're most likely going to try for bug, which is okay.
Yeah.
You get the fixing
I
in
mean,
green, so
we
you
got
can.
terrible signals too.
Yeah, we didn't. Well, it was tough
The
because
first pack we got past was armed and dangerous
this can
plus
be a
cruel war
this can be a
chant
really difficult
or
set
cruel
to
war
draft
chant.
sometimes. Sometimes you're trying to signal something and it's just not panning out.
Hmm.
I mean, it could just be they open, you happen to both open a certain rare in a certain color and you both want to push for it. So in our
Yeah.
case, we first picked Gel and Sphinx, so you kind of want to go down that path, but then we sort of strayed. But I think I'm comfortable now being Bug. And if we get some fixing, Armed and Dangerous will become a lot more powerful.
Bane Alley.
I guess we take the Black Card in case we need more blockers, because we're not going to play more than 2 Clue Stones, I don't think.
Right.
I wouldn't even like to play 2 right now. So pack 2 and 3. Pack 2 we're going to be looking for Demir cards. Pack 3 Golgari cards. Pack 2 we're also going to be looking for Simic. So pack 2 and 3 are both very important, but a lot of guilds that we can look into. Guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, neither one of them are gonna get played.
Yeah, I don't think we're playing it. I haven't had anybody play Drown and Filth against me yet.
I
I think
knew
it's too
people
difficult.
tried it like originally, but
I think it's
it
too
is
difficult.
like
Yeah, it's too difficult
you're
to
never
record.
gonna kill anything that's got 4 toughness. So like get that out of your head right now
Last
with
pick
Drown and Fill.
Gatekeepers isn't that bad if we are able to end up with a few gates.
Yeah,
But otherwise,
and I really
yeah.
actually like Cerulean Gatekeepers.
Okay, so this pack 2, we've got
Aetherize,
Aetherize,
Snapjaw,
Snapjaw,
Rogue. Rogue's pretty good.
Death Cult Rogue is good. We're in 2 of those colors. What's our removal look like right now? We don't have much, huh? I guess I'm not opposed to the Aetherize first pick.
Okay.
It's a good removal
I like
spell.
it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can really. I think it had a bad rep for a while, but now it's in a pretty good place, I think.
Yeah. I'm really surprised that it would ever get a bad rep, but
Wow,
it's
Skirmisher.
and Crypt Gas both got passed with the Cinder Elemental.
Well, alright, well, let's think about this. What color could we. If we picked Skirmisher, could we still do Bant pretty safely? What's our black? We really only have like 3 picks.
And
Black.
Rot Farm Skeleton.
Let's try for. Getting past the Skirmisher is actually just insane.
Yeah.
From the people that we were passing the.
White, like the Ortov stuff too. Yeah. Let's.
Because Skirmisher is just so strong.
Actually, that is really strange that we were passing all that Ortov stuff.
So if we cut all this black, we still
and
look pretty good.
Bluestone too.
So it's Bant. We could try for Bant, and Skirmisher is worth it at that point.
Okay.
I mean, Skirmisher is just
And we can still
very,
get
very
pushed
strong.
into Esper
Okay,
too.
now we can take Skyjack here.
There's also Krasis, which is a guaranteed 3-drop.
Drakewind Krasis is very good.
Oculus too.
It's high hidden strings actually.
I like
for Oculus.
Skyjack, but I feel like we should probably push for Simic early and then do the white later.
Try and see if we can make that work.
Yeah, because our fixing is not there yet, So I like Oculus or Krasis personally.
I mean, Drakewing's more likely to table though. There's no possible way Skyjack's table.
Right.
But Drakewing could actually table. Because remember, green spells were tabling last time.
And you have to be in Simic if you're going to pick up Krasis.
I mean, we are in Simic. You're right. We're mostly Simic. We only have a couple white picks right now.
And
but
think about
we're
how
getting a
bomby
Skyjack
our
here.
one white pick is. It's just there because it's a bomb.
Okay, I guess we can take Drakewing pretty safely then.
Frildock here or
Alright, Frildock. There's also Pit Fight, Death Cult Rogue, Sapphire Drake.
We got plenty of 6-drops.
Okay.
I'd say Frildock.
Rogue, Oculus, or Pit Fight. Currently, the creatures that we have that are good with Pit Fight are Moss Dog, Gatekeeper. Sphinx is okay. These 2 are pretty good, especially if you have the lifelink. It's early enough where we could take Pit Fight, I think, pretty safely.
Okay.
It's a strong. We're more likely to table the Oculus if no one's in Simic. Wow, True Fire Paladin. That's pretty crazy. There's a Demir Guildgate. We have the Haunter, so it'd be just for a splash. It also turns on the Gatekeeper, though. It might be just a worthwhile pick for that. There's also Court Street Denizen. Let's take the gate.
Yeah,
I'd
Court
kind of
Street
like
is
the
not impressing me at all. So
um.
Leyline Phantom's fine.
There's also Scab Clan
Oh
Charger.
yeah, that one's really good.
Phantom's good, but Scab Clan Charger's pretty good. Aerial Maneuver is a good trick as well. But let's take the Charger. I kind of like him. Disciple.
He's a fine bear. We don't have any bears yet.
Okay.
I mean, there's also Hydroform there. But
Here we've got, wow, Undersea Informer fairly late. I think Phantom, Aerial Maneuver is the Reachy Tiger.
Phantom's really good with Pit Fight because it's combat damage that bounces them.
And it evolves Battering Krasis. I'm fine with that. It's a good finisher. It works well with Skirmisher. Totally Lost, Snapjaw.
Night Watch.
Night Watch is good.
Night Watch is excellent with Sphinx and Skirmisher. Snapjaw, however, really good.
Snapjaw's very good too with Skirmisher.
Yeah.
Gives that first strike or lifelink. It also evolves pretty much everything in the entire world. I don't know. I'm always kind of impressed with.
I like Snapjaw fine.
Yeah, we're gonna have a hard time turning on the white. It looks like right now we don't have much to.
There's also Glaring Spotlight.
I mean, we can try and tone it back on white for now, until we see some more picks for it. But I just felt like the Skirmisher would be reason enough to go into white. We actually have quite a bit of.
We can pick up Azorius and Selesnya.
Let's show all again, because we actually have the Black Guildgate.
Well, cut the Torturer and the Blackguard for sure. Drawn and Filth as well. We do have like 2 Cluestones that are on color with black too. Nav Squad or Shadow Slice?
It's a good question. Got a couple flyers already.
Kind of like Nav Squad more if we're going to hit white.
I guess white makes more sense. Skirmisher's more over the top.
The next pack actually is going to be
the Azorius.
Colors, yeah.
Okay.
And Selesnya.
Alright, well, we can commit to that then. That's okay.
Both Cluestones.
Okay, so we're going to be bant. Got a fair amount of.
We're only 5 short at playables,
which isn't bad.
Oh my god!
Wow, this is the craziest pack I've ever seen for Azorius.
So this would be an amazing sealed pack.
We're going to take Asperia because she's a 6-mana, 6/4
Patrol
flyer.
Too.
But this pack also has Azorius Charm, Lee of Sky Knight, Sar Patrol. All of those cards are insane.
We're getting something back out of this pack.
But for 6 mana, getting a 6/4, that's worth it.
Flying, yeah.
She's a mythic.
Sure.
She's good. I mean, she sucked outside of Limited, but she's insane.
Yeah, a flying crawworm.
Happy to take. Wow.
Oh my god.
Get past Righteous Authority. So we'll slam that.
Rubbleback Rhino.
That card's very strong.
Yeah, but Righteous
Rubbleback
Authority.
Rhino. Some other interesting cards.
Eyes.
You can take Cellar. We can take Eyes in the Skies.
There's Rubbleback here too. I
also Rubbleback.
Would much rather not play the Reachy Tiger. Maybe Cellar is the best card though.
Better for the curve, but Eyes in the Skies is surprise blockers, which I like too. Surprise blockers, surprisingly.
Actually, they're probably better with Del and Sphinx too, because attacking in with 2/2/2s in the air.
I'm usually pretty impressed with Eyes in the Skies. Alright, we can take Brush Strider here. There's also Grudge Beetle, Aerial Predation. It's interesting. Would we rather have the Scavenger or the 3/1 Vigilance?
Because we have so many flyers, yeah, I think I'd rather have the Scavenger.
I can see that.
Monitor, Common Bond, really good.
Common Bond, we're on color with it, so I think it's worthwhile. Our fixing sucks right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, we definitely need
I don't know if we haven't seen any fixing though. We'll take the Common Bond. We have 15 creatures. It's an excellent trick. Centaur Healer is very, very strong. Avenging Arrow. I think we probably just want the healer more.
Yeah.
So it looks like we can make Bant work. All right, now we can take Centaur's Herald. It's also Inspiration.
Inspiration would help us to draw some land, but we don't have any early drops really, so I'd rather have
Centaur's Herald.
We look like we're green, like strong green.
Swift Justice, we'll take that. It's a good trick against the aggro decks. I mean, we have a lot of good cards. We didn't end up with any fixing, though, which is going to make this mana base much more difficult.
Especially with our double white, double blue mythic.
At least he's not until later. We can decide what we want to do, what color we want to be deepest. I mean, we're definitely deep green.
Yeah, and we still have one Hussar Patrol.
Half.
Wow, did you see everything else? Azorius did not make it out of that pack.
How could it? Azotime and what was
Nia
it?
Sky Knight.
Yeah,
Not to mention Fairy
Imposter
Imposter was in there
and
too.
Frostbird and Weird for
Yeah,
like a blue sort of thing. So
that's
just
crazy how
yeah,
much blue got cut.
they were all
Blue
just
white.
really good cards.
Yeah,
I mean, Frostburn can also be played for red.
red. That was a crazy pack.
We have a lot of good cards, though, which is a good dilemma to be in. You know,
Hmm.
I don't know. Just using this for dangerous is probably not necessary in this deck because we have so much evasion, but
Hmm.
maybe. I'm not sure if it
Sideboard
is. It,
into
it could be, yeah. I'm not sure if it's going to be necessary, though. Probably don't need the Phantom, just based on how much late game we have
Fall.
already. We could take Fall. We could also take
Chorus.
Chorus, though. It's actually
With
legitimate.
flyers, really good.
Yeah, and with the Eyes in the
Eyes in the
Skies.
Sky, yeah. Yeah, we could probably take out Armed and Dangerous then.
Is Pit Fight good in here? We have one. Yeah, I think it is. We have
It's good enough.
Beetle Form is actually pretty good with it
Centaur
too.
Healer is good with it too.
Yeah, we have plenty, I think.
Yeah. Even Drudge Beetle is fine with Pit Fight.
Yeah, I actually really do wish we'd gotten the Rebel back because we have the Righteous Authority. That would have made more sense.
Sundering Growth here as a sideboard card.
Okay.
Take the
I could see this. I could see that being good against us.
Treasured Find, which is the most annoying of those two.
Well, our mana base is going to be a little bit screwy, but we'll figure this out.
Lucky for us, we only have double of any color at our 6-drops, so it's not going to be hopefully that hard to get there.
More difficult than I would have liked, though.
Yeah.
I feel like we didn't even really see that much fixing, but maybe we
definitely didn't see on-color fixing.
I don't remember seeing any gates.
Yeah.
Or we saw one prophetic prism, but it was in the same pack as the skirmisher.
Yeah.
So it was like
didn't see Simic Guildgate either.
What we were taking. But overall, a lot of bomby cards.
Yeah, that was a tough draft fixing wise, but
we had a tough time in the beginning knowing the direction that we wanted to go or what we were being led to.
Yeah.
But we finally figured it out, I think. Maybe we don't even need the Disciple, but we'll see.
Wow.
Maybe we don't even need the Nav Squad. And then I feel like I'm missing something.
No, I think you're not.
Not? Okay. So this is 23, 16 creatures. Removal looks good.
Aetherize.
Chorus is a good trick. Rich Authority. Okay. So good amount of creatures.
Spread across the curve pretty well.
Definitely doing 17 lands. I don't know if I feel comfortable doing 18.
I don't. I like this deck though.
I think it's good. It's a good bant deck. Let's look at our colors, how deep we are. Definitely got hooked up on the Azorius rares in the last pack.
Yeah.
Let's check how many mana symbols we got total here. So we've got a mix of green, mostly Selesnya, and then a little less blue, but we're pretty even on. I think we're gonna have to do an even split all the way around, unfortunately. So 17 lands. Guess we do 6, 6, 5. That's not the best. It's an awkward mana base. Very awkward mana base. But I think that's about as good as we're going to be able to do with no fixing. It's unfortunate because there's so many good cards in this deck, but just really couldn't make it come together on the fixing. Hopefully we just see the right colors. We're going to have to be a little bit lucky, though, I will admit. I mean, we got good tricks and removal, good creatures. All the cards in the deck are good, just our fixing is leaves a lot to be desired. I'm almost debating doing like Tiger over Scabplant Charger, but I think Charger is ultimately worth it since it's a combat trick. Okay, I think that's going to be it for this podcast. If you want to watch these games, they're going to be posted at YouTube or SeemsGoodMagic.com, so you can check them out. And you can email me at mortarpod@SeemsGoodMagic.com. I listen to your feedback. really appreciate any on the podcast. If you watch the podcast and you enjoy it, let me know. I really want to hear from you guys. Build a community together. I really want to build a community and hear feedback, what you want to hear in podcasts, and what I'm willing to make you guys happy, what you want to talk about. So follow us on Twitter at SeemsGoodMagic, and you can see updates of when we live stream, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central Time. So for Jake, I think that's going to be it for this podcast. So see you guys later.
See you later.